Morning, everybody. It's Friday morning, the whatever of January, 20th of January, and this video's been a couple years. This live post, I should say, has been a couple years in the making. In case you don't know me, I'm Pickle. I want to show off something that I've been working on with TrailHeadz, Dutchware, and a few other people for the last couple years. I'm really excited about this. Here we've got, John and I have been working on these two pieces of gear to really simplify your setup. So one, we've got the TrailHeadz TCU, also known as Tarp containment unit. And simply what it is it is a double-ended DCF stuff sack that's able to hold your stakes, and in my case, straps for your suspension. So everything that your tarp needs is right here. So we're going to get that up. And also we've got the new recently unveiled and released Anaconda. This is the large version. It comes in two versions, regular and large. The only difference is, other than physical size and diameter, is the large version has the dark olive end caps and the regular version has a Moroccan blue end caps. We figured those were pretty universal colors, so that's how we were deciding to run them. Inside of this is my Dutchware Chameleon wide with symmetrical bug net, sidecar, peak loft, and ridgeline organizer. And yeah, I'm in my backyard, so you'll probably see my little ground cloud Aspen running around. He's just out helping Dad today. So you've got the Chameleon fully netted and rigged. You've got the new Chameleon zippable under quilt at 20 degree, made by Jaxar Butter. So the quilt actually zips to the Chameleon, so you don't have to do any kind of adjustments or special rigging for each trip. And the beauty is when it gets warmer, you can unzip this 20 degree quilt and zip on a 40 degree quilt. Or if it gets colder, you can zip on the 0 degree quilt. They are being manufactured, released for purchase in the next week or so once we get some inventory stocked up. And then in addition to that as well is the Jaxar Butter Hudson River long top quilt. So inside of this nice lovely little package is all my quilts and my tarp, and my hammock, and ready to go. It's already rigged, so nothing's going to fall out on me. So let's do a quick setup. I'm doing this live. One, I don't like editing videos, and two, this way you're not seeing any kind of hokiness or magic of the camera that's done through editing to make the process speed up. So we're going to see how long it takes me just to simply set these up. So we're going to rig up this is how I would set it up if I was on trail. Behind me I've got two 4x4 posts. They are exactly 16 feet across, and the top beam is 8 feet in the air. So I've got plenty of room for my rigs. Let's see what we got. So first I'll start with the tarp. I'm going to pull out my Dutchware split ridge line with Stingers, and we will get that loose and ready to go. And there's a loosely timing this to see how long it takes me to set all this up. So now, depending on the weather, I may actually set the tarp up fully, but in this case, it's a beautiful day. I like getting the tarp up first with this TCU because now I don't have to bend over to grab any of my other gear. I can just grab my straps straight and hang them up. Now, for those of you that know me, I usually set up my rig pretty quick, and this is not rushing. This is about normal. If I was rushing, well, for a speed test or something, which may be done a little bit later, things might change a little bit, but all right, now for what everybody's waiting on, I'm sure of it. So this is pretty well compressed, so I'm going to loosen up the straps on this. One, it's going to help out a little bit, and it's also going to help when I go to pack it back up. But you've got one buckle, and it just kind of falls off. Yes, I do have beetle buckle suspension right here in the hidden interior pocket if I need it. I'm just going to run my Beckett heads, and for you newer hikers out there or hangers out there, I think the Beckett hitch is probably a knot that you really need to learn. It can be indispensable if you have a problem with your current suspension. But loosen it up, stretch it out, tension it where you want it. And then loosen up the Anaconda skin. Folks, there's your hammock. Sit down. And you're in. Let Aspen check me to make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. You good, buddy? Okay. So the hammock's done. Now what do we do with the tarp? Well, pop open a couple cam snaps on the TCU. Back side's done. Front side's going to be very similar. Grab your stakes, tarp over. And one more stake to go. Now, if you've got questions of any of my other gear, please post it in the chat. I'll be happy to answer them. And there you go. Tarp is rigged. Hammock is rigged. Nothing could be easier. And then to pack up. So there have been a couple questions about packing up. So for that, I'm just going to get the tarp out of the way. And I'm not going to completely pack it up today because, you know, I may end up taking a nap today. So, you just grab the Anaconda skin. And the one thing I really fought for is the Anaconda skin is so much larger than a snake skin. I mean, this thing is, you can fit a small person's body in there. But and again, I don't know if I showed it on the setup. There's the top quilt. So there is a full 20-degree long top quilt inside. But to close it up, just kind of work everything in. I will say that in practice, the top quilt wants to slide all the way to the foot. So the better job you can do to kind of keep the top quilt centered, the easier it's going to be on complete pack away. Cinch up the drawstring, keep everything in there. I'll pop my Beckett hitch. And then just stuff it. This is no different or more difficult than stuffing a quilt in your tarp or in your backpack or into a stuff sack. Only difference is you're stuffing everything into one bag, which is a heck of a lot quicker than stuffing into 3 separate bags. Aspen, you're not helping. You know, that 800 down, and TrailHeadz is known for their unicorn for 1,000 fill and 950. But this Anaconda large does a pretty darn good job in swallowing up the 800 down. And one of the things I do like is this one buckle that we added. Keeps your straps from getting all twisted up. And then just work your way around, cinching it down. Neaten up any bubbles as you go. Oh, that one popped. There you go. Ready to go sideways in my pack. And as you can tell, this is a little bit neater. It's not a full circle, it is an oval. So that when you stick it in your pack, you can stick the long side of the oval up and down, and it'll sit nicely in your lumbar. So, as Pickle says, I catch you on the flip side. As Dutch says, thank you everybody. And as John at TrailHeadz says, have another sip. We'll see you on down the trail.